Here is today's New York City shelter update for December 18, 2025. Let's get into it. Key updates: pet-friendlier shelter expansion. Yes, you heard that right. Mayor Eric Adams announced yesterday, December 17th, a citywide initiative to expand access to pet-friendly housing and shelters. This includes coordination between the Department of Homeless Services, as we know as DHS, Housing Preservation and Development, which we know as HPD, and the Mayor's Office of Animal Welfare. This is amazing. The goal is to ensure that New Yorkers in temporary or permanent housing can keep their pets, reducing barriers to entering shelters. I don't know about you, but I get so many messages that people do not want to leave their situations because of their animals. So this is great. Emergency Executive Order 896. The city continues to operate under the Executive Emergency Order 896, which expands extraordinary measures to manage the influx of the asylum seekers. Since October 2022, over 200,000 asylum seekers has arrived, straining our New York City shelter systems. The order suspends certain rules to allow flexibility in managing shelter placements. Next, let's talk about, the Coalition for the Homelessness reports that shelter time limits have increased enforcement actions such as encampment sweeps and involuntary removals from subways are still being applied. Critics argue these measures have not led to meaningful improvements and may push more people into street homelessness. Systematic challenges. Earlier in 2025, DHS tested new rules allowing removal of individuals who reject housing offers or break shelter rules. Remember, I told you that they're going to have this pilot to, either the shelter site's going to take extreme ownership or it's going to be the client. Advocates warn this could increase street homelessness. These policies remain part of the broader debate about balancing out enforcement with humanitarian support. So to wrap this up, we know that and also with with asylum seekers continuing to arrive, shelters remain under pressure. Emergency orders are likely to stay in place for the foreseeable future. While pet-friendly housing is a positive step, enforcement-heavy measures risk worsening street homelessness. So to wrap things up, I think that we're doing great. Increasing the law enforcement presence in the subway and public may affect outreach efforts, but it has not significantly reduced homelessness rates. They're doing their Hope 2026 walk at night in January 2026. So if you're interested in trying to reach out to the homelessness and get them off the streets and talk to them about going into shelters, that is happening January. Look for it on the calendar. It's called Hope 2026. I think it's January 26th, but don't